Alright. Hey everyone, it's Jay/Amaine. I'm here and I'll be playing The Shadows That Run Alongside Our Car, which is a visual novel about zombies, I think, actually, which I wasn't expecting when I first read the title, but now I'm really excited. So, I don't know anything else about it aside from that. I think it's a relatively short experience, which is what I wanted, so I'm not sure if it has multiple endings or any choices at all. I don't know if it's kinetic or if it's just tons of choices and I'll get super confused at the end, but we'll see. If there are choices, I may do multiple endings or I may just do one. It depends on how long the video turns out. But yeah, let's begin. Whose eyes will you see the road through? Oh my god, that's so weird. I can choose. There's this guy who seems nice. I like his hair, looks like mine in real life right now. And there's this girl. They seem to be eyeing each other a little here. I actually think I'm gonna start with the girl. Okay. That started off way more abruptly than I thought. Gun it. I lay back against the passenger seat. It's weird sitting on this side of the car, but my stomach's been feeling off for a while and I just can't drive. And so I've handed my keys over to this stranger. What's the worst that could happen, right? I stare out the window, watching the unchanging scenery whiz by. ... There's an awkward silence, but I don't feel like filling it. It's so stuffy in the car. I reach for the window control button and let the window roll open. You sure that's a good idea? It's not like zombies are just going to hurl themselves at a moving car. Well, who knows, maybe they would. Fair enough. A slight breeze feels good against my neck, but this guy looks like he wants to say something. So, guess this is kind of strange to be asking after 3 whole days, but what's your name anyway? Right, we never did introduce ourselves. It's... Oh, what is my name? Okay, so I've chosen the name June. It took me a long time to think of that. I don't know why. It has no special meaning to me. June. Well, nice to officially meet you then. God. I cannot talk right now. His name is... Oh no, I'm going to think of another one. I should have just gone with the already chosen names, but I like to be creative, so... Okay, so for this young lad, I've chosen the name Farron. Or Farron, I don't know how it's pronounced. I don't even know if it's the real name, but I liked it, and I think it suits him too. Farron. Okay. ... He looks dissatisfied. How is he expecting me to react? It's not like I really care, but somehow he doesn't look very much like a Farron. Well, you know, I tried to choose a name, okay? I continue staring out the window. The sky is so red. Normally I'd think it was pretty, but now it's just depressing me. Bad things come out after dark. I remember that all too well. I'd rather not think about that, so I decide to break the silence after all. So, what were you doing here before everything happened? Oh. You look surprised. I guess I haven't been talking much since we met. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. You know, this and that. I've never really settled into one thing in particular. What does that mean? Honestly, whatever. Whatever, it's not like I actually care, I just wanted to pass the time. What about you? This ride is yours, right? Yeah, well, it's really my dad's car, or it was. Even when he was alive, though, I was the only one who ever drove it. After Dad got that third DUI, his license was revoked. He used that as an excuse to never leave the house. It was just as well anyway. Sometimes he'd leave the car somewhere and forget where. Oh, guess he didn't. Sorry, never mind. I'm feeling surprisingly calm about this. It's like I'm on the outside looking in. I wonder if I'm really that callous. Maybe the apocalypse is just giving me more perspective. It's okay. The booze would have killed him eventually anyway. ... Pretty quiet in here, huh? Yeah, take a hint already. Surprisingly, not much noise at the end of the world. Still. Do you think there's any radio stations left? I'd be pretty shocked if so. I reckon it couldn't hurt to look, though. I reached towards the console and turned the radio dial in one direction. There's nothing but static, sometimes metallic screeching. Great. Hang on a sec, go back down. Huh? What did he hear exactly? There couldn't really be something there, could there? I slowly rotate the knob back the other way. Wait! There it is, I think. Oh, great. I really like the music in this game. Is that mariachi? Mariachi? I don't know how to say it. ... Oh my god. Oh my god, I cannot believe. Out of all the music that could be playing, this is what we get. What am I thinking? Of course it is. Of course we're on a highway to hell in the dark, and mariachi is the only music available to us. The combination of Spanish vocals and horns in the track are completely ridiculous right now. I'm actually dying. The dulcet tones of this fabulous man are actually killing me. That was not what I was expecting. Who the hell's out there running this? Of all the music that would be left. Man. Takes me a minute to settle down, but then... Wait, isn't this the same song again? It's probably on an endless loop, because why wouldn't it be? Typical. Sure seems that way. Guess it's just ghosts on the waves after all. And the undead aren't exactly interested in DJing. What do you think a zombie'd even listen to? Is death metal too obvious of an answer? Rob Zombie, or maybe they're all into baby metal these days. I actually love baby metal, so I like this reference a lot. I don't know, I think the Grateful Dead seems more apt. You know, I've always wondered this, but what are they grateful for exactly? Maybe they finally found themselves some peace. Peace, huh? Well, should let the rest of us have some. Ain't so bad right now anyway. Well, except for that. He gestures towards the console. 101.7 is now the Infinite Loop Mariachi radio station. So, what are you into anyway? Music-wise? I really like... I don't know how to say that. Alanis Morissette? Top 40 hits, that sort of thing. Not like I had a lot of free time to explore my musical tastes or anything. You? And don't tell me it's baby metal. Again, they put up another baby metal reference, which is great. I guess that means it's set during modern day? The car seems kind of older, but I also don't know anything about cars, so who knows. Would you judge me if I say I actually haven't heard of them? I'd be judging him, considering how big baby metal is. No, that might be for the best. He doesn't have to know that I unironically like baby metal. I like this girl. She's like me. What do you listen to then? I hope it's mariachi. Most people look at me and expect me to be into the Stones or Marley or something, but... well, they'll probably actually judge me more for this, haha. Try me. ABBA? It's ABBA, right? Yeah. I know who they are, I have an issue with pronouncing things, so I'm not sure. Oh my god, I can't keep a straight face. I lose it. Everything is just too much. He looks kind of sullen. I'm sorry, Farin, but not that sorry. Told you. No, it's fine. The music's catchy. I managed to get these words out. All this laughing's making my stomach hurt more, damn it. I mean, my parents listen to ABBA, but it's fine. Your parents? Yeesh. How old are you anyway? You seem a bit young for Elenus? How old do you think I am? I am pretty sure there is no right answer to that question. I'm gonna guess she's in her 20s, like 22 or something. Except for that one. 22! I got it right. I actually did not know that before I played. I was just looking at her and I was like, she looks 22, I don't know. Wow. What kind of reaction is that? No, whoa, you look so young or anything like that. She doesn't look that young. I wonder how old Farron is anyway. Farron? I don't even know how I pronounce my own names now. This music's kind of similar to ABBA, isn't it? All peppy and stuff. Mariachi and ABBA are the same thing, right? You should be happy to have it. That's sure an optimistic take on it. Alright, enough of you. He purposely reaches over and shuts off the radio. Heh, he's got a surprisingly immature side to him, too. Did you ever expect things to end up this way? Whoa, like, what? Where did that come from all of a sudden? I'm gonna go with pause just cause I feel like it's an important subject to touch on. I don't know if she's gonna answer it, but I think it's better than immediately changing. Why did he have to ruin the mood like that? It's getting dark, huh? The sun sets so late in the summer. I'm a bit surprised we still have any light at all at this hour. Especially without the streetlights and all. It's like the sky's just been saving it up. Looks a bit like a dying fire. That sounds kind of morbid, but kind of fitting for the end of the world. Oh, is it nighttime now? It's silent again for a little while, but it doesn't last. So, you never really told me what it is that you do. I mean, it doesn't have to be a job or anything, but, well, What do you like to do, or what did you do before everything? Like to do, huh? I turn my eyes to the window as I think on my life. Well, actually, I worked a lot. I didn't really have time for much other than that. I would wake up, shower, go to work, have a lunch break, back to work, get off work, eat dinner, and watch TV for a few minutes before passing out. And then the whole thing would start all over again in the morning. That was about it. And after leading such a boring life, I ended up here. I'm probably not even gonna go out without a bang. With a bang. My death's going to be just as dull as my life. I guess that'd be most people's story. It's tough out there. Was tough. Probably tougher now. All kind of pointless in the end, isn't it? You work your damn tail off and everything goes to pot anyway. And you just wonder why you didn't spend your time better, you know? I think he is actually being deep right now. That's actually exactly how I feel about it too. I'm surprised that I'm actually able to relate to him. Yeah, but I guess that doesn't even matter either way. Zombies don't care whether you're a good or bad person. We're all gonna die anyway. So what about you? I'm sure you didn't spend all your time listening to ABBA. I mean, seems like a good life to me if you did. I used to travel a lot, looking for work and stuff. I suppose you could call me a bit of a nomad. Did he backpack across Europe or something? What does nomad mean in this context? Well, whatever. That sounds really cliche. Not really, it sort of suits you. To tell the truth, I haven't really had much purpose in a while. I've just been getting by. When you can't find something to do, you sort of lose yourself. It gets to a pretty dark place. Got to the point I used to wish I could just take a vacation from life. Guess I got my wish, didn't I? I used to wish for that too. I wanted to be free. I didn't want to be responsible for Dad anymore. And now I'm not, but I can't say whether that's really a good thing or not. Wishes never do come true the way you expect them to, huh? Yeah, monkey's paw. My stomach starts to throb painfully. I look down and press my hand against it. It felt okay for a little while there, but it's acting up again. God, why did all this have to happen? Still feeling nauseous? Damn, I shouldn't be so obvious about it. I don't want to cause any trouble. This might be causing even more trouble, though. Oh yeah, it's gotten a little better, but... Anyway, I move my hand away from my stomach. It's not like resting my hand there will make the pain go away. In a way, as long as I feel that pain, I know I'm still alive. That was morbid as hell. What's wrong with me? I'm just exhausted, which doesn't help things. You know how it is. Do you think we should stop and rest? I glance at the fuel gauge on the dashboard, nervous. We barely have a quarter of the tank left as it is. Nah, like it or not, we'll be stopping soon anyway. Braking would just waste gas. Onward it is then. Trying to ignore my pain, I keep my eyes on the endless road stretched out ahead of us. Okay, now I think it's nighttime. It really hurts now. I don't think I've ever been in this much pain in my life. And that's saying a lot considering what I have to go through every month. I deserve this, don't I? I shouldn't feel bad about it. I brought it on myself. Do you ever wonder, like, why us? How did we make it this far? And is it really such a good thing that we're still alive? From the moment I swung that baseball bat, I sealed my own fate. Just as I start to sink into really dark thoughts, I hear Farron's voice. Honestly, I try not to think so hard about stuff like that. If I stopped to wonder what my own life was worth, It's a dangerous train of thought, I'll tell you that. We're here, that's what matters. Despite it all, we're here, and we're safe. That's how, the how and why of it is just garnish on the salad. You know, I didn't believe it at first. I mean, that we were really facing the apocalypse or whatever. So the first couple months I just kept working, kept on like everything was fine. And then I couldn't ignore it anymore. And then Dad? How do I even begin to explain? Listen, you don't gotta answer me if you don't want, but your old man, what happened? My dad? I killed him. I smacked him in the head with a baseball bat and then ran like hell. Ha. So he needed more beer, right? Of course he did. He was a deadbeat alcoholic. But they wouldn't even let him in a nearby liquor store anymore, so he wandered off to another one. Just so happened that that part of the town was infested. Took a while before I even noticed, since he wasn't really any different from usual. Does it count as murder if you kill a zombie? Does it count as murder if you never get arrested because your town's entire police force is dead? That's pretty pathetic, huh? But so was my dad. And so am I. And in the end, I won't be doing much better. My stomach's burning with pain now, and guilt. I stare at the window, seeing nothing but darkness. Who knows what could be lurking out there? That hasn't changed since way before, I guess. Hey. Aww. I feel a sudden warmth on the top of my hand, hesitant at first, but then steady. Farron's hand rests on top of mine. It feels alien somehow. I flinch. I don't think I'm used to comfort, but I know he means well. Probably. We're still here, just remember that. Until that changes, there's still time. Things might never get any better. It'd be stupid to assume that they would. But while we're still breathing, there's hope. That's cheesy, isn't it? Anyway, I'm sorry about that. About your dad, I mean. Even if you didn't get on with him, I bet it must be hard, losing someone that close to you. Wow, where do I even start? Be honest. I think Farron seems like a decent guy from what we've seen so far. He could be totally untrustworthy and this could be a bad choice, but he hasn't done anything sketchy, I would say, so I think honesty is the best choice right now. For some reason, I feel like I can be honest with Farron. Even though I barely know him, I trust him. Somehow. My mouth opens all on its own and words spill out. Honestly, I felt relieved when he died. And then I felt awful for feeling relieved. But I spent 7 years of my life taking care of him. At the end of it all, I just felt free. Not that I got to enjoy that freedom for very long. It makes me feel like a monster to admit all this to someone else. It really does. But that's the truth. I wouldn't worry too much. There's no wrong way to feel. He's right. I know that I'm only human. I'm not a monster. Not yet, anyway. I guess I'm almost privileged. No one I care about has been around in a long while. I wonder if there's anyone else still out there. I wonder if they're stuck out here like this. I wonder if we'll ever know. Farron, The guilt is really getting to me now. I have to say something. I'm interrupted by the sound of the engine giving out. I've heard this sound before. We're out of gas. Damn, did the fuel gauge light even come on? I didn't even notice. The engine cuts out and the car just rolls along until it completely stops. Before I would have pushed it to the nearest gas station, but now... Well, it's the end of the line, isn't it? I really thought the gas would last a little longer than that. Bound to happen sooner or later, wasn't it? Bought this car used after all. It's cost efficient, but not so much fuel efficient. Wonder how far the next gas station is. Too far. Be nice if there were some signs around here or something. I can't believe we've gone this long without seeing any. Even if there were, it's not like we could have seen them. It's gotten so dark, and without the streetlights. My stomach feels like it's on fire. I don't think I have that much time left. Hey, how fast do you think you can run? About average, I guess. Do you reckon we should? I touch my stomach. That hole isn't ever going to heal over, is it? This really is it? I don't know. I don't know if there's a point. Even if Farron was an Olympic sprinter, I don't think he'd be able to make it. Not forever. If not me, then someone else would just... Maybe not. It's too damn dark anyhow. In all likelihood, one of us would probably trip and fall. It'd be pretty sad to make it this far just to die from a bust-up face. Haha. He can crack jokes because he has no idea. So, does she have an actual hole in her stomach, or was she injured somehow? I thought it was just hunger, but now I'm not so sure anymore. Knowing that just makes me feel like crap. I can't say anything now. Yeah, it would. Anyway, there's nothing we can do until the sun rises. Guess we're crashing here tonight then, huh? In more ways than one. Could be worse anyway. At least the air smells nice. Yeah. I close my eyes, feeling the throbbing of my wound. Okay, so she's definitely injured. Was she shot, maybe? I don't know how long it'll take. How long will I be able to go on? I wish I'd done more than work. I wish I'd paid more attention to the news. For now, all I can do is rest. I've run far enough. Well, good night then. The sunlight is completely extinguished. There's nothing but darkness on the endless stretch of land ahead. Oh, okay, so that's the end, I guess, of her side of the story. I don't know if the choices would have made any difference. I can go through and see, but I'm not sure. She was definitely injured, and I think she was dying. But I don't think she was bitten or anything. And if she was, I think she would have made Farron leave. So, let's see what Farron's point of view is, because he didn't know that she was injured. I want to see if there's something up with him, too. Gun it. I put the pedal to the floor. The wheels screech as we pull out into the lane. The car swerves, but it doesn't really matter. There's no one else out here as far as the eye can see. The abandoned station shrinks behind us until it's gone. And then it's just us in the long road. The world outside the windows passes by us in abstract, like the whole world's given up on having any meaning. We drive in silence. After a while, I hear the faint buzzing of the power window being rolled down. You sure that's a good idea? It's not like zombies are just going to hurl themselves at a moving car. Fair enough. Well, that was a thrilling conversation. So, guess this is kind of strange to be asking after 3 whole days, but what's your name anyway? Right, we never did introduce ourselves. It's... So, already named her, but just for this, I'm gonna change it to Jay, my name. Jay. Oh, nice to officially meet you then, Jay. Names, and we're gonna keep him as Farron. Farron. Okay. Ah. The car shudders briefly as we rumble over a series of potholes, but then the road smooths again. The humming of the engine reminds me of a storm brewing far off on the horizon. Beyond these occasional noises, we sit in silence. So, what were you doing before everything happened? Oh. Wow, that's the first time she's actually started a conversation. Guess I'm not so intimidating after all. What was I doing? God, what was I? A whole lot of nothing. I bet that sounds super impressive, huh? Just a scruffy drifter. Not so sure she wants to hear that. I'm not sure, I don't like either of these options. Bending the truth. I feel like bending the truth. It might be worse because I don't know how much he's going to exaggerate it or change it. We know he's a drifter, but I think I would rather he just tells the truth, but there's no option for that. So I'm gonna go with dodge the question. This and that. I've never really settled into one thing in particular. What about you? This ride is yours, right? Yeah, well, it's really my dad's car, or it was. Even when he was alive, though, I was the only one who ever drove it. Oh, guess he didn't. Sorry, never mind. It's okay, the booze would have killed him eventually anyway. Pretty quiet in here, huh? Surprisingly not much noise at the end of the world. Do you think there's any radio stations left? I'd be pretty shocked if so. Reckon it couldn't hurt to look, though. She's fiddling with the dial. I'm pretty sure we're not gonna find anything. Static comes in and out in waves. Every so often, the distortion gives the illusion of an actual sound, but then it goes right back to nothingness. Just then, though. Hang on a sec, go back down. I think I actually heard something. The noise phases in and out. Then, as something comes into auditory focus, here comes the mariachi. Is that mariachi? I can't contain myself. The sound is unmistakable. Horns blur joyously over the static in a sick fanfare, while a man's voice wails soulfully over it. I'm laughing so hard I nearly piss myself. Jay's nearly there too. That was not what I was expecting. Who the hell's out there running this? All the music that would be left. Man. I sink back into the driver's seat, letting my mind drift to the music. The dissonance is almost comforting. As the fractured chords wash over me, I try to pretend that I'm lounging in a truck bed somewhere. Out in the sun, mid-afternoon, shirt damp and dirty from a hard day's work. For a moment, I almost believe it. The music falls short for a few seconds before starting up again. Wait, isn't this the same song again? Ugh, it's probably on an endless loop, because why wouldn't it be? Sure seems that way. Guess it's just ghosts on the waves after all. And the undead aren't exactly interested in DJing. What do you think a zombie'd even listen to? Is death metal too obvious of an answer? Rob Zombie? Maybe they're all into baby metal these days. I don't know, I think the Grateful Dead seems more apt. You know, I've always wondered this, but what are they grateful for anyway? Maybe they finally found themselves some peace. Peace, huh? I wish they'd let the rest of us have some. It ain't so bad right now anyway. Well, except for that. I shake my hand at the radio controls. So, what are you into anyway? Music-wise? I really like Alanis Morissette. Top 40 hits, that sort of thing. You? Don't tell me it's baby metal. Will you judge me if I say I actually haven't heard of them? No, that might be for the best. What do you listen to then? Most people look at me and expect me to be into the Stones or Marley or something, but, well, you'll probably actually judge me more for this, haha. Try me. ABBA. Just as I thought, she starts laughing at my expense. It's a nice sound, though. I'm not going to be poetic and say that it sounds like music or anything like that. Still, it's good to hear. Told you. No, it's fine. Their music's catchy. I mean, my parents listen to ABBA, but it's fine. That voice cracked. Your parents? Yeesh. How old are you, anyway? You seem a bit young for Alanis. How old do you think I am? I am pretty sure there is no right answer to that question. Except for that one. I'm 22. Shit. God, that's so young. She's practically a kid. What was I doing when I was 22? Still wasting my life, I reckon. Wonder if she's even been to school. That young and the whole damn world's crashing down around her. I try not to make a face, but I can see my knuckles going white as my fingers grip harder into the wheel. This music's kind of similar to ABBA, isn't it? All peppy and stuff? You should be happy to have it. That's sure an optimistic take on it. Alright, enough of you. I reach down and turn the volume knob to a sharp left, and the radio blissfully goes silent. Farewell, wailing man. Now it's just us again. Did you ever expect things to end up this way? It's getting dark, huh? The sun sets so late in the summer. I'm gonna go with... I don't think she's ignoring him. Like, she is, but I don't think choosing ignoring me, huh, is right, because that seems kind of like he's upset with it. Sore topic, huh, seems more accurate to what he would actually think. I guess she doesn't want to think about it. I can't say I blame her. I'm a bit surprised we still have any light at all at this hour. Especially without the streetlights and all. It's like the sky's just been saving it up. Looks a bit like a dying fire. Kind of fitting for the end of the world. So you never really told me what it is that you do. I mean, it doesn't have to be a job or anything, but, well, what do you like to do, or what did you do before everything? Actually, I worked a lot. I didn't really have time for much other than that. I would wake up, shower, go to work, have a lunch break, back to work. Get off work, eat dinner, and watch TV for a few minutes before passing out. And then the whole thing would start all over again in the morning. That was about it. I guess that'd be most people's story. It's tough out there. It was tough. It's probably tougher now. All kind of pointless in the end, isn't it? You work your damn tail off and everything goes to pot anyway. You just wonder why you didn't spend your time better, you know? Yeah. But I guess that doesn't even matter either way. So what about you? I'm sure you didn't spend all your time listening to ABBA. I used to travel a lot, looking for work and stuff. I suppose you could call me a bit of a nomad. Wow, that sure is lofty. That sounds really cliche. Not really, it sort of suits you. To tell the truth, I haven't really had much purpose in a while. I've just been getting by. When you can't find something to do, you sort of lose yourself. It gets to a really dark place. Got to the point I used to wish I could just take a vacation from life. Guess I got my wish, didn't I? Wishes never do come true the way you expect them to, huh? Yeah, monkey's paw. I don't think she knows I've noticed, but she's been pressing at her gut a lot. Wonder if she's still alright. Since I first ran into her, she's been in a rough way, and I'm not sure it's gotten much better. We probably should have looked for some more bags of that ginger stuff. Okay, let's ask if she's nauseous. Maybe she'll actually say what's wrong. I doubt it, but she might. Still feeling nauseous? Oh, yeah, it's gotten a bit better, but I'm just exhausted, which doesn't help things. You know how it is. I do, but Christ, I'm really not equipped for this. I know first aid, I can stitch up a cut, but gastric distress is a bit beyond me. You think we should stop and rest? Nah, like it or not, we'll be stopping soon anyway. Braking would just waste gas. Right, the fuel. Everything wasn't so weird these days anyways. I call it suspicious that there was only a single tank's worth left. Not much we can do about that, though. Onward it is, then. Do you ever wonder, like, why us? How did we make it this far? And is it really such a good thing that we're still alive? Didn't I used to? Honestly, I try not to think so hard about stuff like that. If I stop to wonder what my own life was worth, It's a dangerous train of thought, I tell you that. We're here, that's all that matters. Despite it all, we're here, and we're safe. The how and why of it is just garnish on the salad. You know, I didn't believe it at first. I mean, that we were really facing the apocalypse or whatever. So the first couple months I just kept working, kept on like everything was fine. And then, listen, you don't gotta answer me if you don't want, but your old man, what happened? My dad? So he needed more beer, right? Of course he did, he was a deadbeat alcoholic. But they wouldn't even let him in our nearby liquor store anymore, so he wandered off to another one. Just so happened that that part of town was infested. It took a while before I even noticed, since he wasn't really any different from usual. It's pretty pathetic, huh? But so was my dad. And in the end, I won't be doing much better. Great, now I feel like I want to puke. Hey, please don't say things like that, Jay. One of us has to keep this up. Let's rest our hand on hers, I think. Then again, I know she was comfortable with it, but she was surprised and at the same time not used to it. So, I think we should still do it, because I think that's what got her to trust us more. I slide my right hand off the wheel. Her hand is resting by her leg near the center console, so I reach over. I thought she might pull away, but she doesn't. Her shoulders fall and I think I can hear her sigh. Wow. Her skin feels really cold. Okay, so she's definitely really hurt. Is that normal? Maybe because the window's open? Maybe it's because she's sick. Really wish I knew more about medical shit right about now. Actually, if she had a fever, shouldn't she be hotter? A chill like that can't be normal. It's not even that cold in here. But we're still here, just remember that. Until that changes, there's still time. Things might never get any better. It'd be stupid to assume that they would. But while we're still breathing, there's hope. That's pretty cheesy, isn't it? Huh. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. About your dad, I mean. Even if you didn't get on with him, I bet it must be hard, losing someone that close to you. Yeah, I guess. It all happened so fast, I'm still trying to come to terms with it. I wouldn't worry too much. There's no wrong way to feel. I guess I'm almost privileged. No one I care about has been around in a long while. I wonder if there's anyone else still out there. I wonder if they're stuck out here like this. I wonder if we'll ever know. If the car's clock is set right, it's nearing 1 in the morning now. The road is as dead as it ever was, but it somehow feels even emptier. More sinister. Like all the shadows behind us are teaming up into a hungering mass, just waiting to swallow us whole. My eyes are getting heavier. We can't stop now, though. We've still got so much farther to go. Even if we... Hey, Farron? There's something I need to tell you. She puts her hand to her stomach again. Latent instinct tells me not to take my eyes off the road, but I do anyway to look at her. She looks real bad, worse than I've seen yet. A couple times she opens and shuts her mouth. Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? I should have said something before. I wanted to, but I was scared. I'm still scared. Damn it. God damn it, I should have known it. I've heard so much unreliable crap about the symptoms, but I guess they weren't so full of shit after all. Hey, stop. It's okay. But just keep calm, alright? We don't even really know how this all works, so maybe there's a way. Does it hurt? Not as much as I expected it to. I mostly just feel cold and hungry. Oh, so she was bitten. When I heard hole in her stomach, I thought maybe she was shot. Because hole, maybe, I guess she had a bite taken out of her, leaving a hole, but it didn't occur to me. I'm not even sure if that has anything to do with being bitten. If it wasn't for this, I might think I just imagined it. I wish I was dreaming right now. I wish this wasn't reality. Fuck it all. I thought I was keeping it together. Don't do this to me, kid. I swallow, but it doesn't make my throat any less dry. The corners of my eyes are burning. Careful there. Remember that thing about wishes? Monkey's paw, right? I guess sitting in a car beats having customers or my manager yell at me. Silver lining. Retail? Almost as bad as zombies. Worse, probably. I try, but I can't muster up the will to laugh. Anyway, you should sleep if you want to. We'll probably be on this road a while. Yeah, you're right. Will you wake me up if anything happens? Of course. And hey, gotta be somewhere better down the road, right? Better than back here at any rate. Yeah, maybe there'll even be a station that plays both Elena's and ABBA. If there is or ever was a station like that out there, I'd love to hear it. Hell, I'd love to shake the hand of whoever was running it. This life's too short to not just do whatever the hell you want. But I guess it ain't the time to be waxing on that. I don't know how much longer this tank's gonna get us. Well, ain't much to do now but go until we can't anymore. The road is long and our course is true. Nowhere to run but forward. Okay, yeah, I figured that would be the ending. So, it's a really short game, but I actually really liked it. It had a really good message with it, I think, about not wasting your life on things that you don't want to do, with how the girl has been working her whole life and the guy was actually the opposite. He's been traveling, trying to escape whatever's been haunting him, just running and running and trying to find a job, but he never could. It's very obvious that they're opposites from each other, but I think it works really well for the story. I was expecting more zombie action, but I actually kind of like it that way, especially after I learned that the girl was bitten and will turn soon. It makes you wonder what's going to happen down the road. Like, the car stops, is Farron going to abandon her, or is he going to try to help? I mean, in her story, she doesn't even tell him, which I think is pretty bad, considering she might turn and then that'll all go to hell, so. But all in all, I really liked it. It was very short, but I was looking for a short game anyway, and this was amazing for the length. One thing I really, really liked about the game is actually the soundtrack, like this opening theme is really nice and not what you'd expect from a zombie story. In fact, I wouldn't even call this a zombie story after playing this. I would call it more like just a sad short story. Yeah, it was the apocalypse, but there was no like zombies chasing them. The real fear came from how hopeless everything was. And I really liked that. So yeah, that was The Shadows That Run Alongside Our Car, and I hope you enjoyed.